Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Paradise Pump. Today we have Mel back. Uh, Last week she was on a hiatus, and we got Jed again. So we're doing our little thing. This past week there was the enhanced games, so pretty interesting.
The enhanced games. I caught like tidbits and highlights of it, and I was really looking forward to um these enhanced athletes smashing records. And then when that wasn't happening, I was like, oh, boo, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah. And then it made me think. I mean, nothing, I'm not trying to like down them or diss them or anything like that, but it made me think. No. With these guys being juiced to the gills and they were barely breaking any records or even like getting close to breaking records, it made me think a few things like, okay, are these enhanced athletes just shitty, or are Olympians that good, or are Olympians are that good and they might be a little sauced up, a little cycling in between and just know when to get
Yeah.
on and off of the stuff.
Yeah, I would say that one. I mean, I think let's be honest, right? At the highest levels of all competitions, people are doing what they need to do to win. Um, and it's been not saying everybody, everyone is doing it, but it's a pretty good percentage, I would think. And again, you take the best in the world at that sport, and then you put them on something, right? Even if the best in the world wasn't on anything, say they would probably be just as good as other people that weren't the best in the world and got on gear. You know what I mean? I feel like they would probably be right there with them. And then of course you take the best in the world and then you get them on something. Now that's what makes them the best, right? Because it's like we've all said, it's even in bodybuilding, it's not you can have guys gear load up, and some of them they get on and they look okay. They don't look that great. And then I've seen other guys who took very little and amazing. So you see the genetics right there. You go, wow, okay, genetics plays a huge part in it, and I think that's part of it in the Olympics, genetics, and then obviously the amount of training, the right coaching. There's a lot of other factors involved.
Yes.
So
Absolutely. Skill, talent, genetics, coaching, and the desire of the athlete of how far they want to pursue whatever they're competing in, I should say. Because you see it all, okay, not all the time, but quite frequently as well, too, right? Especially in high school. You have that one talented kid, got genetics, and he just don't care, and he's golden, but he doesn't put forth effort. And here you are busting your butt trying to make first string, and you're like, what? This guy.
yeah, yeah, well, yeah. At the lower levels, that happens, right? Like high school levels, for instance, you do see that a lot of some kids they don't train that hard, practice maybe not practice that hard, I guess, as hard, but they're always the best one on the team. They're like the starter. And then when you go up to higher level college, all of a sudden, oh, he's going to have to practice now. He's going to have to put in a little bit of work because now he's around a lot more guys that have those genetics, right? That have that type of talent that he has, right? There's a lot more of them, right?
Mhm.
As they get older, and then you go to pro sports. Now everybody's talented, and now it comes down to who
Who
is
puts it?
putting in the work,
Yeah.
right? Who wants it more, right? Um, and then there's always what I think even at the highest levels, right? There's always that 0.001% of that person who's even better, and they do work super hard, and they're even better than the other people that came up.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the Michael Jordans, right? Those type of people, where I think they kind of cracked the code for that sport for some reason, you
Or
know.
like Phelps and
Yeah, or even Phelps, right? Phelps.
Sean White,
Hmm.
snowboarding.
Yeah, there's certain people that just had the innate talent, and I don't know, almost like they were born for that sport.
One of the other arguments I heard was the Olympians, they train their entire lives for that one event, every 4 years.
Right.
However, in the enhanced game, this is just one of the arguments that I've seen that the enhanced games, yeah, they were talking about it for a while, but like as far as taking it's as serious, maybe that's why they may have fell short of
Yeah.
breaking these records and whatever. I mean, that could be an argument.
16-week blast cycle, like I got 16 weeks, maybe I'm gonna go do the enhanced games. I don't know. Probably. I would never even compare them to Olympic athletes though. I can't.
Not to mention, three natural athletes still won their events at this thing.
Three what?
Three natural athletes won.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Go over the three categories and of natural athletes that won.
Men's 100 meter, 9.97 seconds. Another one was 50-meter backstroke. Doesn't have a time. And then women's 100 meter. That was the three events. And according to this, though, the one event that was most impacted by performance enhancing was swimming.
Swimming,
Yeah.
Hmm.
good or bad?
Interesting.
Like that's the one that showed the biggest difference.
Okay.
And not to mention Hathorn didn't even break his world record at it either. Right? He has the reigning record at 510 kilograms, and he attempted 515. He didn't get it, but he got like 475, I think.
Hmm.
So nothing crazy if this thing happened like everybody thought was going to
Yeah.
happen.
Well, again, I don't. You can't tell me that, oh, every single Olympic athlete in every single Olympic wasn't on anything. I'm not gonna believe
Did
it.
you watch Icarus on Netflix when it came out? That documentary about
Yeah, I
how
saw some.
Russia.
I saw some of it. Yeah.
Yeah, right there it shows you. I mean, the what Russia all went through just to get their
Oh
athletes
yeah.
away with it.
Germany too for a while did
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Come on. Again, I don't. I'm not buying it.
No, not our Olympians. They're natural, right?
I
It's so
mean,
so crazy that people believe that our Olympians are like 100% natty because they're tested.
a every test can be beaten. There's always a way to beat a test.
Or the argument could be we've never seen them do the drugs, so who are we to say that they do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's been a lot of them, right? That over the years that got in trouble, that whatever. I mean, Ben Johnson, who was the other one? She ended up giving back her medals. Track and field athlete. She's I talked about her before a while ago because her boyfriend was the shot putter. Also, drawing a blank. Anyway, she did go to jail for a little bit because of, I guess, perjury, you know, something like that.
Hmm.
So it was interesting. Yeah, they came after her though, and
Wow.
she had to give back her medals. I think she had three gold medals. It was track and field.
Marion Jones.
Marion Jones. Yeah, there
Marion
you go.
Jones.
Yeah, I was drawing a blank, but yeah, Marion Jones. So, yep, that was a crazy story,
Wow.
and she was super talented,
Yeah.
but I don't know how long she was using or what, but again, Ben Johnson too, right? He got his medal revoked. But he was Canadian. There's others I can't think of, but from other countries that have been revoked. And there's even ones that you never hear about because like they weren't top placers,
Yeah.
but they weren't able to compete, because they failed, and you never really heard about them because they weren't going to be like a top five or a top three or whatever. So
And I hope these people who got popped for good stuff, like, I don't know.
yeah, hope it's not like Clenbuterol or something. Anavar.
No, I hope they got popped for good stuff, not like freaking, because you can't take any type of um s- uh
Oh, you're talking about
asthma type of
recreational?
medication and stuff like that, even like inhalers, right?
Mm,
You're supposedly can't use or what
yeah.
have you. I mean, if you're sick, right? But
Yeah, you're saying hope it wasn't something like they made a mistake.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, because she took too much Dimetap or something.
Yeah.
Hope she got
She
popped
got
for
air sick.
when.
She got air sick and she took too
Yeah,
much damage. Yeah, like something like that, right?
man, I hope they got popped for something good. Like, make it worth it if you're gonna
Right?
get busted.
Yeah, Ben Johnson got popped for Winnie. Um, I think Marion Jones wasn't. I think she got popped for what? I don't know what it was. I mean, I know that the clear, that was the big thing, right? That was a
Oh,
big steroid, the
amphetamine type of
clear.
stuff.
Well, the clear they called it. It was Balco Labs,
Mm-hmm.
and so like Barry Bonds and a few other players were on it, baseball players and things. They were taking it, and it was supposed to be anabolic steroid, but they call it the clear because you take a test and you pass. So they had created this steroid. It was a designer steroid, right? And so yeah, they were able to pass some testing with that for a little while until it finally kind of leaked out. Because if you ever, there is a whole documentary on that.
Yeah, it actually
Go
took them a
watch.
while to catch that guy, didn't it? Like they had to like pretty much wait for him to throw the trash out and dig through the dumpsters and
Yeah, they
shit.
were going over there and they went through. Yeah, they were at the lab. I guess at the not the lab. I mean, they were at the facility, or whatever, and they would go look at the trash. You're right.
Oh wow.
They were. I think it was the feds. They were trying to get a case on them. So and yeah, the one guy who created it, because he was working with a bunch of players. There was a bunch of
The
guys.
baseball guys.
Wasn't Mark McGuire in that one of them
And then
too? He never admitted it. And then not wait, Sammy Sosa, wasn't he part of it or no? I don't remember.
who's the one? I cannot think of. I'm not big with baseball players.
Who played for the Cardinals, right?
Who's the guy for the Yankees? I know Mark McGuire and all that, but the guy
Oh,
for the Yankees.
oh, yeah, you're talking about
He was like the biggest baseball
no,
player
I know
ever.
you're talking about. I know why, man, I am not on it today.
Aaron something or
I am
whatever. I can't
no,
remember.
it wasn't Jeter. It was
No, it wasn't Jeter. It was
he used to date J Lo and stuff.
yeah.
I can't remember that.
Recreates.
I can't remember his name. Rodriguez,
Yeah.
Alex Rodriguez,
Yeah.
Alex Rodriguez. Yeah. See, when I said
J Lo.
he dated J Lo, she was like Rodriguez. See, I knew it. Yeah, Alex Rodriguez. Yeah, that was him, right? Wasn't it? You can look it up. But yeah. So he was phenomenal, and then his whole thing, he had to kind of vanish because of allegations and stuff. So
I mean, for real, if you're gonna get popped for something, you might as well make it good, right? Not just like, oh, because you're a recreational pot smoker. I mean, God, go down in flames.
man, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's crazy when people like they rob a liquor store, with a gun, armed robbery. They get 20 years or something. It's like, dude,
That for 20
should have
years?
robbed the bank. Yeah. You got his name?
What, the baseball player?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was A-Rod.
Yeah,
Alex
you're right.
Rodriguez.
Yeah. Yeah, my whole thing is like, man, I mean, probably maybe a higher risk of getting caught, but at least the reward's better, maybe. I don't know. Like, is the risk reward, right? I think see, but that's rational people. See, that's you and I. We would think rationally, versus reward. Most likely, we wouldn't commit the crime because the reward wouldn't be worth it, right? So we're not. If we're gonna do something like, it would have to be worth it, right? A lot, you know. Um,
I mean, even with the use of marijuana, okay, say an athlete was a marijuana user, a recreational user, right? Calm down after
yeah.
their whatever. They just like using it. In no way or means does it help enhance your performance. So should it be on the list?
Mm, I guess they put it on there because it could possibly, right? You could use it as a sedative to calm you down, to relax you, to, maybe if you have anxiety and you want to take it. I mean, me, I'm the opposite. If I took that, it'd probably give me more anxiety. But some people, they take it and it takes
But
the
it
anxiety
doesn't but it
away.
doesn't work like how
I know what you're
steroids
saying.
enhance
I get what you're
yeah.
saying, but yeah, to me, it doesn't make any sense. Yes. Why would you not allow those things? But I think they just look at it like, well,
Drugs are drugs.
take it all off the table and then we don't have to worry about it. We don't have to be like combing through it to decide.
Mm.
We can just be like, no, none of it. So easy enough. And then nobody can say, oh, well, I know he smokes weed, so that's why he was able to be relaxed or something. something weird like that. Who knows?
For these enhanced games that just happened this past weekend, I'm glad that there was natural athletes that competed alongside natural loose quotes athletes that competed alongside these juiced up guys.
Yeah, you'll never see that in a IFBB pro contest, bodybuilding contest. Men's open bodybuilding. Nah, no.
At a pro level.
Oh, hell no. You're not going to see it. I mean, there might have been a few who did it, and I still to this day think Ronnie did. He competed a few times clean. I think Kai did too. Certain guys back in the day, they did a couple of shows, clean, or I mean, not 100%, but damn near. Um, because you see the difference, right? 2 years later, it's like, whoa, what this guy crazy. And they got their pro card, right? And then all of a sudden, then they were good. They were big dudes. And then a couple years later, like phenomenal. It was like, oh, this is a whole different person. Okay. Obviously. Yeah.
That tells
And
you something about how much genetics is actually involved in bodybuilding, even though people want to argue it and say it's all the drugs. That right there, what you just said, speaks on the genetic component you have to be a good bodybuilder.
yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Genetics is it's huge. I mean, that's so cool to be able to get pro drug free.
I mean, a really, really fine example was John Young, right?
Mm,
He was juiced to the gills. He was on like whatever, almost everything under the sun, but a lot of it at the genre that they competed at the show.
mm,
And like Tyler outplaced him.
mm.
Tyler's like legitimately natural. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Tyler's natural crazy.
I mean, talk about
This guy.
genetics and hard work training and all of that. And he's outdone somebody that's juiced up, so
Yeah.
you could kind of go far. My point is being like, I'm glad that there's still natural people in the mix that are throwing their hats in there and trying to compete too.
Hmm.
People shouldn't be discouraged about like, oh, but they're on drugs, they're cheating. Yeah, sure.
They're cheating. I don't think that's funny.
Jed, you
I
have an
don't.
opinion about the cheating?
There's no cheating in bodybuilding.
Well, it's only cheating if it's not allowed in the sport.
If you get caught,
If it's a rule, but no, if it's a rule, right? If it's a rule, they say you can't use it, and then you go and use it, then that I would consider that cheating. If they don't say you can't use it, and everyone else is using it, you're not cheating. I'm sorry.
no, what does it say in the NPC rulebook?
I don't think it even says anything about it. You should know,
I
right?
should know. I'm
They're
terrible.
not putting it. They probably have the thing. Oh, performance enhancing drugs can be detrimental to your health, and they probably have that little thing in
The
there.
little caveat about it
Yeah,
can be tested.
right. Not saying that they're going to, and not saying that you shouldn't take it, but just saying what it could do, and they don't recommend it probably or something like that.
Whose discretion would that be? Would that be the NPC or would that be the promoter's discretion?
I would
Interesting.
think he'd be the NPC.
NPC.
Yeah, because the promoter doesn't really have any say
Yeah, he don't care.
in
He
that.
just wants to make his money.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, yeah, give me my money for real. Yeah. So, again, I don't know. My take on it is genetics, huge part of it. Best is still going to always be the best, and then they'll just get a little spice on top. They want to get on something, and I think a lot of people high level do take something. So,
Yeah, I agree
yeah,
with you at the high level, people taking something, but at the same time, I mean, as far as the enhanced games, I honestly think that it wasn't. I don't think they took it serious enough. Like the
yeah,
athletes were like, yeah, we live, we do these things, but they only trained for a mild season, not like how the Olympians, they got Olympian
yes,
centers and they got
yes,
like they're devoting their whole lives to
yeah.
just this one event, right?
That's different.
Yeah, so that's where I think, maybe that's where it was a little bit of different that the Olympians got a little bit more edge on that behalf. But would the drugs compensate for that as well too? So we already proved that otherwise, right? This past
Mhm.
weekend.
Yeah. Totally.
you still need to work your ass off and train, even taking the drugs. Yep.
100%. 100%. You have to. Um, yeah, so anyway, I was going to talk to you about we've talked about this before, similar topics, but screen time, right? Screen time, whether it's phone, computer, probably even TV set, and how I think it is different now compared to say 90s, 2000, early 2000s before the new types of screens came out, when we were still using regular tubes and maybe like LCD screens, it's different. Um, I wonder about what what effects that has because I I think it if you sit at the screen, especially on your phone, and you're sitting there and you're looking at these things, you're watching something for hours and hours and hours, right? There's a stimulation that's going on in your head of what you're watching, right? But also the light,
Hmm.
now the blue light and all this. And what's your whole take on that as far as that light affecting you? Maybe almost giving you, making you feel a certain
Give
way,
you a stimulation.
like a
Yeah.
stimulation, like yeah, like you're stimulated almost, like you're overly stimulated. So when you do turn it off, you feel almost wired, even though you've been looking at the screen for 8 hours. You feel this like overly stimulated sensation, right? Is that from the screen or is that from what you're watching? Or is that both, a combination of both? I kind of wonder about that,
I
right?
think both. Either way, no matter how you slice it, they're trying to kill us slowly.
Yes.
It's the
Well,
food, water, the screen time, it's all of it. They're trying to kill us.
what comes on the feed too, right?
Hmm.
Because I this is funny. So I used to hate the news when I was a kid.
Yeah.
My grandfather, because you had one TV in the house, maybe two if you're lucky. And at 6 o'clock every night, the news come on, and didn't matter. You're watching the news, and there's really nothing else on anyway because all channels had it.
At 6 and 10.
6 and 10, yeah, 6 and 10. So that's right, at 6 and 10. So so for the half an hour, whatever it was, man, I got to figure out something for half an hour because I can't watch TV because I don't want to watch the news because there's nothing else on anyway. Um, and now I don't necessarily watch the regular news, but I watch highlights, and I go on YouTube and I watch these content creators and they're showing all the highlights of news, right? It's specific news things that I want to see, very specific. And I'm like, man, I'm doing exactly what I didn't want, what I didn't like when I was a kid. Here I am getting into these certain types of newsreels, I guess. And I do watch specific things. A lot of times I notice it tends to be kind of similar topics of news that I like to watch. It draws me in. Um, and I'm like, man, I get caught up in it, and then I gotta shut it down for a while. Like I need to stop watching this because then I literally get sucked into it and I can't stop looking, and then there's more, right? There could be one person doing that same story, like or 10 people doing the same story, all different takes on it. And then there's another story similar 2 days before that. Oh, I didn't see that one. Click, click, click. So I'm on this thing I'm on the computer for hours sometimes watching all these things, getting upset, maybe getting annoyed, or whatever, like about the story, right? Like, oh, this person's an idiot. Why did they do that? What the hell? Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to turn this off. This is
Just for
too much.
instance, I mean, a lot of people are they're very emotional still about the seal, and I get it. I mean, so my family's been in town. That's why I've been busy. And my brother-in-law, he's my other brother-in-law, he's this big holly dude. He's like a fucking vanilla gorilla.
Okay.
He's big. He's like 6 foot something, and he stands out because he's white as shit. White as F.
With you
Full
guys,
white.
because you guys are all
Yeah, because
brown.
I'm
Yeah.
brown,
Yeah.
right?
And
So they
short.
They went to Kaimana's and he was trying to get out the water and the seal was kind of like swimming past him
Okay.
and they were yelling at him to get out, get out, get out of the water, get out of the fucking water. And they're like yelling at him and he was just like,
Freaking out.
I'm like, what the? He wasn't like he was already beelining it away from the seal, and the seal was doing
Yeah.
this thing, and we're just like, well, sorry, people are really sensitive about it right now because of whatever's going on with the seal. Back to my story. When that seal thing came out on social media, like everybody was talking about it. So when you're scrolling, you see like
Oh,
8, 10, 30 different stories, everybody telling their perspective on it. So it heightens up everybody else's awareness and like something like that happens, right? I
mhm.
mean, was it necessary? Was it maybe because my brother is white, brother-in-law?
Yeah, you think it would have mattered if he was a local guy? You think they would have been saying
Yeah,
it like that?
so how it feeds into you as well too. You can be reactive to it or just be like, yeah, that happened. That was unfortunate. Hopefully that the people in the right places take care of it. I mean, or are they just gonna look at every white guy and be like, "Get the fuck away from the seal"?
Right. I don't
So
know.
is it
I
good or
mean,
bad to be scrolling, doom scrolling, and you see not everybody, but so many different news
yeah,
outlets, independent journalists, and so on and so forth start telling their perspective on it as well too. So brain rot, it's
brain rot.
real. And does it feed you in some type of way? I think it does, and that's why I personally stopped watching like um the regular TV news because they were playing into a specific type of narrative
Yeah.
on certain channels that you would watch if you were keen to that. You could start to notice which way that station was leaning
Okay.
and I kind of got like, nah, I can't watch regular TV, especially regular news. So I do appreciate what independent journalists do. But after a while, it's like, okay, now you're projecting a little bit too much of your own opinion and not just delivering the story for what it is. So I too, I'm guilty of doom scrolling, but I have to monitor what it is that I watch. And I think it is, yes, it gives you whatever it is. It keeps you up, gets your adrenaline going, and especially like the scrolling it gives you a dopamine hit with the new story, the next story, the next story. So they're trying to inundate us and make us zombies.
So, yeah, you really think it does give you some type of dopamine hit?
hmm
They prove that? I mean, I don't know. I'm just curious.
I think
How do they actually prove it?
I'm sure there's studies out there. I'm just like I'm not gonna go down this deep rabbit hole because I got bigger fish to fry.
Mhm. Doom scrolling though, that's
Doom
funny.
scrolling, brain rot.
Doom,
It's all real.
because you get caught up in it, and it could be hours.
Yes, I'm guilty of it too. Cause
Yeah.
I'm super guilty of it. Sometimes I'm like my body aches so bad I just want to lay down.
Okay.
I'm like laying down. um, I end up just scrolling. It's
You just start looking.
far more entertaining than just putting on a movie. I don't know. That's just me personally.
So when you do scroll, are you like, is it short? It's like couple minutes, 1 2 minute, next one, next, or sometimes you sit there and watch something for a little while.
Yeah, my attention span is a little bit more bigger than a goldfish. So I'll get into the story and if it's like a 15, 20, whatever,
Yeah.
or like if I'm on YouTube and they start
Right. The video, 20
yeah,
minute video, you'll put that
I,
on.
I can sit through it and be like, oh, okay, that was pretty cool. That was pretty interesting.
Now, do you consider watching a movie a similar type of effect? You think movies have the same similar effect on our brains as far as doom scrolling
There
does?
is a little bit because there's kind of like a beginning or kind of an end unless you know that they're gonna make a sequel or whatever. And that's kind of why I stopped watching Netflix as well too, because I would binge watch. And I was only guilty of binge watching when I was recovering from like a surgery. I would like, all right, okay, one more episode. Okay, one more. And then be like,
Yeah.
I gotta eat dinner. Okay, okay. And
Yeah.
then eat dinner and be like, okay, one more episode, kid, and I'm going to sleep. And I'll just be like, wait, I'm almost done. I mean, for the season, I might as well just finish these other two episodes and call it a day. So I would get caught up
Right.
with
And
that
you're
as well
staying up
too.
late at night watching
Mhm.
these things. It's a stupid show. It does
Yeah.
nothing for you. But it's worth it in the moment, right?
In the moment, I was seriously recovering out of surgery, and that's kind of like I didn't have anything better to do. So yeah, I kind of just binge watch like Netflix and like
Yeah.
action movies and stuff like that.
I think you can, use your phone and your computer. There's a lot of good things you can use it for, but I think, like you said, doom scrolling and just like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all these things, you get sucked in, and it's not very productive. Huh?
I try to even it out. Like if I'm gonna doom scroll on menial things like stupid arbitrary things, I try to put in the equivalent with something educational.
Okay,
And that's how I started to be a little bit more progressive and a little bit more aggressive with my investing because I just wanted to learn. I'm like, shit, I need to make money if whatever the case may be of whatever it is. Like I want to learn. So I did as for the same amount of doom scrolling, I put in that amount of time educating myself.
interesting. Okay, that makes sense. That's smart. I mean, because if you're going to be there, you might as well be learning something, right?
Hmm.
Something productive. If you're going to be looking at the screen, at least you're learning something. But even that can be overstimulating, right?
Yes.
Learning, and you're sitting there for 5 hours learning, right?
Hmm.
That can, and then you stop. That can kind of get you like, whoa, overwhelmed a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of the times it just becomes like jibber jabber and you're like, you can't even
Well, there's a
comprehend it anymore.
point. Yeah. Well, there's sometimes, I'm sitting there watching them, and I start doing this deal. I'm like, oh, missed the last 5 minutes of the video. Try to rewind. Let me try it again. Do it again. Oh my God. Okay, turn it off. Like I'm trying so hard. I want to see this, but I just can't stay awake.
So many people bag on like, oh, where'd you learn that from? YouTube University? Yeah, actually, I did learn a lot of stuff from YouTube University, and you'd be surprised how much information is out there, and you're getting it straight from the person. Just say, I'm into gun shooting, for instance, allegedly, and there's a grandmaster who teaches classes. His name is Ben Stoker, and he shows his whole class video and
Okay.
his whole like so as if you were there in the class. And his videos are like they do like short 5-minute clips, and then they show you like the whole class, the 45-minute or the whatever. They'll go through the whole entirety, and you can learn a lot from their tips and tricks. Um, is it conducive? Like sure, but that's for you to go test it out, right? Trial and error on your own and see if it works for you. But
Hmm.
I mean, otherwise, can I afford to fly up to the mainland to one of his classes? I would love to, but nah, not right now.
Yeah.
So I would rather learn as much as I can where it's accessible
Right.
rather than just I don't know, not that's just me personally.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of good things from YouTube you can learn for sure. I'm I've learned a lot of things on YouTube. But you just got to make sure what source you're getting it from, right? I think that's a big part. Choose your sources wisely. I think so. Make sure, yeah, because and I've done a lot of jujitsu stuff on there, but I only watch certain people. So you know, I'm not watching all these randoms here and there. There's too many people on there talking about stuff. And just a lot of other things too that
Yeah,
I've
it
learned.
was pretty cool too. So my dryer machine crapped out a few weeks back, maybe a month back,
Yeah.
and I was telling my brother, like, after me swearing up a storm and being all upset about spending money to buy a new dryer machine, he says, like, no, let's just see what's going on. So, watching some YouTube videos and trying to troubleshoot and break it down, it was the pulley that was broken. So, watch the YouTube U video and order the part off of Amazon, your favorite place.
Hmm. Made in China.
And we changed out the pulley for I think less than like $18 instead of having to buy a whole new dryer machine.
That's all it was. Wow.
That's all it was. YouTube University, and I was pissed off. I came flying the door open.
Hmm.
Fucking dryer machine. Blah." And my brother was like, "No, no, no, no. Okay, wait. Let me see. Does it do this? Does it do this?" And he was just checking on his
Yeah.
phone, and he's like, "Oh, try watch this video. Does it do this?" I was like, "Oh yeah, 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 yeah."
You were
That
gonna
was
buy
it.
a whole new
I
one.
was just gonna. buy a whole new
Just
spraying
whatever,
machine because I
800
was pissed
bucks,
off.
whatever. Oh yeah, 700. Just here we go. Just get rid of it. And then literally done is
It's
fixed.
like
Yeah.
18 bucks. My brother changed it. I'm
Crazy.
like, oh, great.
Yeah. Yeah. Stuff like that. That's great. Like when you can do that, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't work like that. Sometimes it doesn't work. But when those work out, those are good. Like, hell, 18 bucks, man.
Yeah. I mean, or even like going back to this whole bodybuilding thing, posing tutorials, you guys, on YouTube or like even on Instagram. You can find a lot of information on how to do things, not just have to like straight away hire a coach, So, I mean, I do recommend it still, but as far as getting the basics and the principles of posing for your class and category, you can find it on YouTube and Instagram. A lot of stuff for free.
Oh yeah, for sure. Lots of things. What about you, Jed?
Well, part
You like
YouTube
to
y'all
use
covered a lot. So
for education,
what
for
YouTube? Oh,
yeah, self-help.
dude, I changed an alternator in my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
watched it for like 20 minutes, and me and my buddy went out. It was a '98 Altima. We changed the alternator in like it wasn't even an hour, I think.
Yeah,
So yeah,
no, it's
you
good.
can. Yeah, you can learn a lot of stuff
You
on
know,
there.
one thing I do, I've done some car stuff with the YouTube, and some of these freaking guys, man, they'll film it, and then sometimes you're watching it and they're doing step by step, and you're like, hey, and they're like, then it's an edit. Okay, so it's in now, and we're gonna start, and you're like, dude, what? Like, I was about to put it in, and you edit the video. Like, I've had that happen. And I'm trying to search for other videos to see if somebody else did the extra step. And sometimes can't find it. So they're like, oh shit, I got to figure this last part out. And maybe it's not too crazy, but still, it's like, okay, this looks right. Cause I'm watching this guy step by step. I don't have an instruction manual. So that sometimes I've seen that happen, cause I like it. I like the guys who are like literally step 1, 2, 3, 4. They go every single step and they film it. That's great. Some people aren't like that. They'll skip steps.
Oh, no, I had that happen to me too. So, like on my truck, the stairs, when you open step, when
Yeah.
you open the door, the step comes down, right?
Yeah.
And on the driver's side, the motor, I guess the teeth, I don't know, maybe I was off-roading too much, who knows, going into mud and like maybe something got in the teeth, so it wasn't activating the step properly. So I had
Yeah.
to change out that motor. And he did the same thing too. He's just like, oh yeah, so you just take out the motor, you do it like this. And then so yeah, we got that motor in. What? Yeah, so I ran into that instance as well too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Where it throws you off a little bit. I mean,
Hmm.
especially if you don't have any instructions at all.
Or the wrong tools, yeah.
Oh
So that's
yeah.
the other part as well.
Yeah. Definitely need the right tools. You want to be working on stuff when the stores are still open. So at least you can maybe go to the store. That's the worst when it's at night and you don't have the tool and the store's closed. You're like, shit, I gotta wait till tomorrow. So had that happen a few times myself. That's why auto parts stores allow them to stay open until like 10 during the weekdays.
Mm-hmm.
Some are 9 or 10. It's like, because they know dudes are in the garage on like a Wednesday working on his car. So
Crackheads.
never, oh, I know for
Yeah.
sure.
Up late trying to wrench their vehicle.
Doom scrolling.
Oh my
Oh, yeah,
gosh.
that's crazy. Yeah. So, but I think, going back to the screen thing, I think that it can have an effect on your mental health and just overall temperament, I think. Yeah.
As far as having an effect on your mental health, I mean, because we're so in touch through the screen with the world, maybe other people as well too. You think that's another reason why people just stay home, stay indoors,
Maybe.
and kind of messes with people's social skills?
Yeah, or it is. I think what happens too, sometimes people see a lot of the stuff and then they think that that's how the world is all around them. And so they just stay away from it. When, yeah, that's happening. Obviously, you see things that's real, but it's one little incident, right? And people are like, oh man, that's crazy. It's crazy out there. I'm not going to go out there. and it was like, oh, because they saw somebody get shot at like a bar or something. It's like, okay, well, that was a bar. It was 2 a.m. The guy was, the guy was calling him names. He knew the guy. There's all these backstory, right? But people just think, oh man, this is crazy out there. People are just attacking people. It's wild. I got to stay away. And I think so. I think it's easy to get caught up in that and think that way, especially if all you see is all these different stories of violence, right? Somebody got jumped, somebody got robbed, all these different things. You're just thinking, oh, this is like, that's what the world is right now.
However, there's the flip side of the coin too. On my feed where I'm looking at vacation destinations. I'm like, yeah, I want to go there too. Hey, I want to go that part of the
Okay.
Philippines too. I want to go see this part of
Yeah.
Japan. So yeah, there's good and bad with everything as well too, right?
Right.
But I honestly think because like people are so in their phones or in front of the screen, I think social skills has definitely depreciated over the years.
Yeah. I wonder if that's partly just parenting too, maybe. You know, is it parenting and then because what was it? I was looking at something. There was some on the internet, and there was a picture they were showing like some type of ad, but it was like, oh, they were talking about people's teenagers, and there was a picture of three girls, and they were sitting there, and they're all like this, hunched over on their phones, and that was the picture that they were showing of a typical teenager nowadays. And I was looking at it, going, "Oh wow, okay." There are three of them sitting there, not interacting with each other, just sitting like this on their phones, looking at their phones. I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. That's how it is." Okay, so everyone is just buried in their phone, right? And then the kids are buried in their phone. They go out, they're on their phone the whole time. They're just like, so they're not interacting very much, right? And then that has could be partly the parenting. If the parents say, "Hey, put your phone down. You're not going to go when you're around us. You're not on your phone." Like we're all hanging out. Just get off the phone. Like if there's more of that, but I don't think that's a thing. I think a lot of times it's just easier just to not say nothing and then let them just do what they want to do, and you don't have to deal with it as a parent, right?
Yeah, you see it quite often at restaurants, right? Where the parents, in order for the kid to shut up, they just give them a tablet or
Oh
their
yeah,
phone or what have you to keep them entertained while the adults do the thing at the restaurant or what have you.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I'm still surprised that restaurants will give little paper and crayons to kids. That's like a thing still.
mm-hmm.
I'm surprised. Surprised they don't give them an iPad. Here's your iPad, kid. Here you can go. You know, if restaurants were to step it up to
I
2026,
think that's too expensive for the restaurant to do.
probably, probably, and they don't want the kid to break it. But I'm just saying, it's just kind of surprising.
Crayons and paper is a lot cheaper, so they still do
Yeah.
that at CPK, right?
And do kids even know what that is?
No.
Are they looking at it like, what's this, mom? Like, what do I do with this?
Old Spaghetti Factory still does it as well too. We just went there. Yeah.
Where? Which one?
Old Spaghetti Factory, the one at um what used to be by like Restaurant Row across,
Oh, it's over there now?
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that they moved over
Aloha
there.
Tower.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I remember. I haven't even been to that place in years. That's right. They moved over there a long time ago. I never go to Aloha Tower.
I try not to, but hey, my family wanted to go, so
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, interesting. The dynamics, social dynamics of the kids nowadays is very different. It's very disturbing. I
hmm
think overall, I don't know. Again, I don't want to group everybody into one group, but it's probably a pretty large amount of kids that, yeah, that don't have that skill set, I think.
social skills.
Yeah, just so well, and even they even say with dating nowadays too, right? Like the dating pool is really bad. They say, what is it? It's a small percentage of guys that are getting all the girls because like those guys have some skills, right? Some good communication, all that. And then there's so many of them that just don't, so many other guys don't know how to communicate, don't know how to talk to women, don't, and then the women aren't interested in them.
And I honestly think as well too, some of the like what we see on social media and these groups kind of ruined it, where when a guy tries to approach a girl and the girl's like, ew, no, it's unless you're a high value man, high earning, high all of these
Yeah,
things, and then like y anything less than that, he can't talk to you. Like, dude, what if he's genuinely a nice guy and he, who knows? That
yeah,
could
that
get
got
your
that got really hyped up,
yeah.
right? The whole, oh, you got to have a certain status, or even some people are caught up in followers, right, and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me see your social media. Oh, you have 50,000 followers. Cool. Like you've got some follower. You only have 300 followers. Oh, who are you? Like, I don't know. People are weird with that stuff. I don't get
I don't know that's
it. It's a whole different world now. I mean, think about it. These are things that we never had to talk about 20 years ago.
mm-hmm.
It wasn't something that you would have to really talk about or even
How
discuss.
many followers you got?
Right, like 25 years ago, say even. No, nobody cared.
Yeah.
Even people that get into fights now over it, over a post, right? Say there was a post, or say you got tagged in a post and then you reposted it, and then your boyfriend or girlfriend, oh, well, you got tagged in their post. Oh, well, you never post me, or, you never tag me, or, these kind of things. It's just, and people get into big fights over this stuff over Instagram.
In the comments, sometimes when I watch a story, I'm like, oh, straight to the comments.
No, yeah, total. No, that's me. Yes, I get caught up in it. I get caught up in the comment thing. Yeah,
I don't feed into it. I mean, of course, I may have an opinion about it. I'm like, nah, but sometimes like less is more. Just let everybody else argue about it.
yeah. I don't. I hardly ever. I mean, I've responded here and there, but rarely. I just let it go. I mean, it's just like a waste of my time. Who am I? You know, Especially when people are arguing on there. I'm like, you're arguing with a total stranger on the internet. So funny. Like, okay. And then dudes, there's like some dudes be like, I'm the real deal. You want to come out here? I'm in Reno, bro. Come out to Reno, Nevada, man. I'm real deal. Show up. Pull up, bro. Pull up. Like, oh, okay, dude. Like, yeah, all right, bro. Like, it's so I see that stuff. I like, oh, you're calling guys out on the internet now. Like, oh, okay, because they have comments and stuff.
Keyboard
It's
warriors.
it's just so crazy. It's like, all right, dude. Oh yeah, you're the real deal. Dudes be giving out their stats. I had 50 fights. I only lost three. Like, okay, nobody cares, bro. Whatever. It's
Nobody
stupid.
cares.
I know nobody cares. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Internet is an interesting place.
But I honestly think like, yeah, you're onto something as well too. Like the dating pool has definitely gone to shit as well too. So
Yeah, because we kind of talked about it before, the dating thing. Um, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. How long has it been with internet dating, right? And all that stuff. It's been going on for a while now. I remember when it was new and it was weird.
and now it's the norms, right?
Oh, it's normal. It's just
I don't know, dude. I'm still
you
adamant
meet
about
people.
it happening organically.
Right.
My friends tried to make a fake not a fake, but a profile for me and stuff. And I told them, if you ever do that, I'm never going to talk to you again.
You would never entertain that going on a dating site. Yeah.
I think it's too shallow. Like I like deep, heavy conversations about like things that you have to actually think about versus
Mhm.
like, hey, how's your day? Like, no, no, no.
Hi, how's it going?
I
How was your week?
I don't like superficial conversations.
Yeah. You're trying to get to know somebody
Mm-hmm.
who you have no idea who they are, other
Yeah.
than what they put on a profile.
Yeah, and for real, I told somebody this as well too. Instead of going on a first date at like a restaurant, like let's go run errands together. I want to see what your day is really like.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Well, that's personal.
it is, right? Then
Yeah.
you really get to know the person, or they get to know you. Like what are you buying from Costco, or what kind of places
Uh,
what do you need to do? I mean, dry cleaning. I don't know. It tells a lot about a person, the kind of errands you got to do, right?
yeah, it does. That's interesting. I
Like,
never
how
thought of it.
much do you actually get to know a person at dinner?
Um,
Like,
first
hey, what's
time.
your favorite color? Like, fuck
Yeah,
that, dude.
it's random conversation. Yeah, you're right. You're not gonna get to really know them, right? They're just gonna tell you whatever they want to tell you. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's all true.
Or like going to the movies. I mean, you could bust a move on it, that whole thing,
The
whatever.
movie,
But
I can't do the movie date, especially like the first or second date, because I've fallen asleep on those before in the movie. And it was an action movie too. It
uh,
was like the Born Identity thing or something, one of those a while ago. Just passed that kind of nodding
wow,
off in
you
the
didn't
movie
even try the whole young
on the
woman.
date. No, didn't even didn't even do it. I guess I wasn't that interested. Yeah,
No, even at movies, you can't have a conversation. You don't get to know a person
right.
at the movies. It's like I guess the movies is a place to bust the to get past the touch barrier, break through that touch barrier at the movies,
Yeah,
maybe.
because it's dark, right? It's dark in there. The mood. You have the mood. The movie's on. You guys are sitting next to each other. I guess so. I can see that.
And you don't have to be eye to eye, like how dinner is like more intimate when you're like, hey, and then you do the touch,
Yeah.
break the touch barrier by grabbing their hand, and you're kind of stuck looking at them eye to eye, right? Then you're like, oh shit, that was awkward. They moved their hand away.
You have those
Versus
bad.
at the movies, right? You don't have to
Oh
like
yeah,
look
yeah.
eye to eye.
You do. You bust them. That's the. That's that's old school. I mean, yeah, the arm. The hand. Like that reminds me of like high school, college stuff. I don't know. That's what that reminds me of to me. Yeah, I don't know. Because I don't think I would go on a date to a movie unless I was already dating there. Unless we have already established that.
What date do you break the touch barrier? First
Oh,
date, second?
it could. I mean, it just depends. It could be the first date. Well, was it like so you didn't know them at all? You just kind of see. There's a lot of scenarios.
Yeah.
If you had been talking to them for a little bit, you never went out with them, but you're talking to them for a little bit. You kind of got to know them a little bit, or maybe you met them somewhere at a party or something, friends, you got introduced and you guys hung out that night and you guys were talking for a while. You spent 4 or 5 hours hanging out. And then there was conversations throughout the week, texting this and that. And then you went on a date. See, that's a little different, right? I would say, okay, that first date, yeah, sure. Now, if it was first time complete, never didn't really know them at all, well, then that'd be different. I don't know. I don't know if it would be first date, maybe second date, but because I think the first you always got the icebreaker, right? You always got that. You got to kind of get that the first time you're
Feel the
talking to
vibe.
them, and especially if it goes throughout the week of maybe there's some texting here and there, or maybe there's a phone call here and there. You guys talk a little bit, so it kind of you get to know them a little bit, and it kind of lowers that anticipation, I guess. It kind of okay, I kind of know them now. When you go out with them, you're comfortable, right? It's not like starting at zero. Yeah. Starting at zero is tough. So,
What is your go-to to break that touch barrier?
mm, um, it's my go-to. A lot of alcohol. No, I don't know. I don't think I have an exact
Is it from the initial
formula.
hi, hug, or hi, tap?
Well, I don't ever. That's weird. If I give a hug, I'll give a normal hug, or maybe a half hug, but I'm not doing this weird stuff. Um, no, but I think it just comes with you can feel that energy, right? You're hanging out, you're on the date, you're talking, things feel good. You can sense it, the body language and all that. Typically, if that person, if she's engaging, she's showing me body language that's open to that, then that's probably when I might, I don't know, whether it's grab her hand or try to kiss her, whatever that may be.
Oh, try to kiss. I
Whatever the
don't think there's
case,
enough guys that are assertive enough at all. Like I
that
think,
are assertive,
yeah, I think you guys
really,
got to bring back masculinity and
they don't
bring
even
all of
know.
that shit back again.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because it used to be, I think it was like, it's a hand, maybe holding the hand first part of the date, and then you may give her a kiss goodnight, or in the date, you give him a kiss. But you want to get the hand first, right? Like the physical touch of the hand. Or sometimes you can just kind of bypass the whole hand thing. Maybe you're touching a lot here and there, not quite right? There was a lot going on. Then you just do the kiss thing. I don't know. Again, these things aren't set in stone. You
No.
just got to kind of go with what's in front of you at the time. That's how I, that's usually the way it works on me.
Yeah, this is all great information. I honestly think more,
Yeah.
I mean, we should bring a lot more of that back. Guys being a lot more assertive and definitive on what they want.
Well,
No.
I think guys got scared. I think,
Yes.
and you know that what was that like? I don't know. What was that? 4 years ago or so? That whole Me Too movement, and I think it scared people. I think it scared a lot of guys. Um, it got weird. You must have consent before you sleep with her. What are you gonna do in the middle of making out? Hey, so is it okay if we have sex? Like it's weird, right? It kills the moment. Who's gonna do that? But
Hey, can I
yeah,
kiss you? Oh,
right. Hey,
like just
is it
be
all right if
weird.
I give you a kiss? You right? It just annihilates the moment. So I think maybe things have changed a little bit since then, but that was a weird time. That was a weird
You
time.
know, or even guys being trying to be chivalrous and girls calling them simps.
Yeah.
That messed it up a lot. Man, why you women gotta ruin a good thing?
I think part of that is the way the guy was doing it, how he was doing it. There's a way to do it and not come off as you're kissing her ass, right?
I mean, if you're secure with yourself and you know, I think you'd be right. But yeah, it's a weird time, weird world.
Yeah, the whole simp thing is funny that came out.
But we went over a few things. The whole like needing the man to be a, you know, high earner, high all of these things, and the simp thing, and what we were just talking about earlier, the Me Too movement. Like the women really emasculated these men.
Yeah, I think it makes men scared, right? A lot of the guys, the younger guys especially, it makes them scared to try to, go out there and explore, right? Then of course, like I said, what that does is you have a lot of guys that are scared, so then they're not trying, and then you have these other guys who are they just don't care, or they're gonna try. So then they end up getting most of the girls, right? I think so. I think that's part of it because these other guys aren't really trying, or they're just afraid to try, or they don't want to
Yeah.
try.
I mean, I give credit to a lot of the guys that at least try to shoot their shot. Even even as much as we joke about the whole baby girl get chance, like hey,
Yeah.
they tried. You got to give them credit. Got to
Yeah.
give them
Well,
credit.
yeah. Yeah, you should at least try, right? If you don't try, you'll never know. So you gotta not be so scared, I
And again,
guess.
back to the whole social skills.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it. But again, it's face to face now, right? People are on their phones, they're on screens, they're texting a lot. Now, here you are, face to face. This is where you got to make the move. And do they have that in them? Do they even know how to do that? They're busy texting. You know what I mean? They get that delay so they can think about what their next response is going to be, not off the cuff as we're talking. I don't. There's not going to be a 5 minute delay, and I get to respond to you. That'll be very weird. You ask me something, and I go, hold on. You know what I mean? And I get to really think about it, right? No, it's not like that. It just kind of flows. So
Wow, this
that,
today we went all over the place, but
hey, it's all good.
oh my gosh.
Anyway, well, yeah, well, yeah, but I think dating is a good topic, or just like you said, masculinity in general. I mean, I think it kind of goes hand in hand with the gym and training, and there's a big social component in fitness and training. A lot of guys train, I think, because they want to be more masculine. They want to look masculine. They like that powerful physique, right? Or
Hmm.
being strong. I think that's a huge part of why a lot of guys do it. Makes them feel good and it makes them feel strong and gives them a certain look.
Well, like so many other people on social media has said as well too, a physique is something you can't buy. to
Right.
show your
Right.
status. It's you got to earn it, right? So that's why a lot of guys revere in coming into the gym and looking good and look good, feel good. Because I mean, you could
I
buy
mean, you
everything
can,
else.
yeah, you can kind of buy it. You can get on the gear, right? That's kind of buying it a little
Well,
bit,
but we talked
but
about
you still got
you
to
still
work.
got to work,
You still got to work.
still got to put in
But
the
the
work.
gear definitely will help, right?
So
Help
get
get
on
you there.
gear.
Buy all the gear, guys. If you have money, buy the gear. You probably know this already if you have money, so you're doing it already. Anyway,
But
yeah,
yeah, it does come full circle. It
for sure.
certainly
Oh
does.
yeah, yeah. And the women too. I mean, it goes the same for the women, right? Women come to the gym, they want to look good.
Ooh, speaking of this whole dating and the gym look thing and everything like that, like realistically, um, and we can talk about this next weekend and stuff like that, the evolution of women's bodybuilding, or even as a whole from fit model to bikini, and like
Okay.
how each division there's more muscle, more striations, and more gear
Yeah.
on everything else, and that look. I mean, realistically, as far as a dude, I mean, not too many guys are into like overly fit, jacked women. I mean, but it is a small niche market for guys that do like that. But I don't know. We'll talk about that next week.
Okay, that's a good one, actually. Yeah, yeah. We'll talk about that next week. Well, anyway, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week on Paradise Pump. Aloha.